What's up, RAD Potential YouTube? Welcome to today's video. It's going to be more of a, not really focused on accomplishing one task kind of video, but more of a, what we have to do right now kind of video. So, after we concluded the last video working on the rally car, we went ahead and I had a fuel leak. I don't know if you saw that, but I did have a fuel leak, so I had to fix the fuel leak at the back. One of my adapter fittings was leaking at the fuel pump, so we pulled that off, got that fixed. I got to put that back together. I went ahead and bled the coolant system after you guys left at the end of that video, so that is good. The fuel pump is supplying a proper amount of pressure and it is not overflowing the carburetor. I've got some stuff to be able to put a gauge on this so we can see that it's good or not. Should be right at that. The pump is rated for 4.5 psi maximum, so it should be less than that after that Mr. Gasket regulator, which is awesome. Idle's fine, all that's good. I did notice, however, a little bit of some gray haze coming out of the exhaust. So, fortunately, when you're a Weber nerd like me, you have a stack of Weber jets and stuff. I believe that this carburetor has 70 F9s in it, which are the idle jets. So I'm going to dump that down to probably a 65 F9 or a 60 F9. I believe I have both of those here. So we'll change the idle jets out, and that'll get this thing to not be as smelly. So I'm pretty hyped for that. The reason that we're getting this thing good, one, just finish the project, but two, I need to get this car out of here because the blue car, Lil Stu, which it's raining, Lil Stu is up there. We'll just go out in the rain, to heck with it. Here's a daytime tour of the RAD Ranch. If you've never been here before, I have a pretty large collection of first gens. Some other cars as well, E30, the E30, this. So Lil Stu, the blue one, up here, I've got a video like halfway filmed on this car, and we're not quite done yet, but I've started bleeding the brakes, and I need to switch the master cylinder, and then the clutch master and slave need to be swapped out. In addition, the interior of this car needs some rust prevention done. So it's not rusted all the way through per se, but it's got some scale, so we need to get that stuff cleaned up. That car needs to come in the shop because next week it goes to Calvin to get painted, and that's kind of a hard deadline, getting that car up to him by Christmas. So let's get the pump on this, let's get this thing fired up, and let's get this thing out of the garage. I'd move, huh? Look out. Let it move. This thing is tiny down here. So, for those new to the channel, this is my basement. It used to actually be a basement. And then I put the garage door in a couple years ago whenever I bought my Corvette. Needed a daily driver, so we bought a C6 Z06. That's like the smart thing to do, right? But you can't have a Corvette if you can't keep it inside, so this is where we keep it. But last week, my water heater exploded. So I apologize for not getting videos out, but we got a new water heater slapped up. I had to cut a bunch of drywall out, pull the carpet out, take my mural off the wall. It was just, let's just say, a nightmare. We were barely above water. Anyways, So the fresh water heater's in. I'm not done back here. Got to fix some stuff up, put a drain pan, and I'm actually I elevated it so I could actually drain the whole deal behind the wall. So we got to get that stuff put in. But for now, this is a good place for the race car to live for a little while, and I'm fired up. So let's go get this blue car put in the shop. Cheers to a smelly rotary house. Way easier without the dash. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hey, buddy. It's raining, huh? It's raining pretty good, fellas. Probably best to uncover the intake. Let's cover this back up so no water gets in there. Alright guys, poorly lit. Let's see if it starts, and let's see if the clutch works. So I got a good clutch pedal. Feels nice. Let's get the choke up out of the way. We don't need chokes where we're going. I'll edit this out. I'm sitting in a puddle of water. I can feel the water in my britches. I think the fuel pump just comes on. Yep. Although you guys didn't see it, we have a clutch. So, time to put the wheels on. We're going to drive this thing tonight, now, in the wet rain. See? Proof. It starts. It's wet. Wheels. Let's go. Alright guys, it's on the ground. I got cars everywhere, but we're just going to do our best not to hit anything. And let's get this thing in the shop, ideally. So, let's see what we can do. Alright, friends, neighbors, internet people. We are going to drive Lil Stu under its own power for the first time in a long, do we even need a dash? Is that a real thing? Or should I just unplug this? We don't need the dash. It'll run without the dash. Now that's not going to hit me. Okay. Got a whole bunch of wiring we don't need yet. Window is down. I don't have headlights. You know what we're missing, guys? The steering wheel. I probably ought to go get the steering wheel. That'd probably be good. Let me get the steering wheel. Okay. Now we got a steering wheel. We're good to go, right? E-brake works. I don't have a seat belt. We don't want to run into any of my cars. The brake pedal is not trustworthy, so let's go. got brakes. Can we just back this thing in? I can't see a damn thing. Holy cow, boys! Holy cow! The captain, Mr. Rad, we dominate. We dominated the RAD Ranch. Sorry, Calvin, I just made another dent. Look at this car that we just drove into the shop under its own power after it had been sitting for a very, very 30 years of time. Woo! That feels good. Let me tell you guys, as I walk where you can't even see me, I am so stoked to have you guys here watching, to have you guys pushing me to make videos, because it's raining and I wanted to get this car in the garage before the weekend and get a video up for you guys. And honestly, most people would have called it quits in this conditions. Literally, I'm wet. And the car is wet, but it's in the shop. So I'm stoked. I don't exactly know how this video necessarily fits into any of the series that we're doing right now. It's not exactly a Lil Stu video. It's not exactly just a rally car video. It's kind of a both video. So we're going to do some fun stuff at the beginning to make sure everyone knows. But guys, this thing is in the shop. The trans didn't sound like it was going to blow up. The clutch worked. We still got no brakes, but we can fix that now that it's in here. Man, we can start looking at everything else, the detailed stuff. I've got a week from pretty much today, okay, to get this car ready for paint effectively. So, yeah. Calvin, it might be kind of hard to start, but it does start. It might only have a handbrake for brakes, but it does have brakes. Technically, this car runs and drives, guys. It runs, it drove, it stopped. The only caveats is I wouldn't go very fast and I wouldn't go for a very long time because it doesn't have any coolant. So, with that, guys, I am going to let you guys go. I 100% can't thank you guys enough, like I said a bit ago, for watching the videos, subscribing to the channel, being a member on Patreon, supporting everything that we do around here. It means the world, and I hope that this content is good. And if you guys like videos more, I always, get torn to call my stuff vlogs per se. But if you like the more vlog style stuff like this, where we just make videos more videos, with less how to, very specific stuff in the title, let me know in the comments below, because I can make these videos and try to make them super fun and get you guys involved. So thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it rad. I'm gonna go dry off and edit a video. Where's the dog? Letty! Come here, come here, come here, come here. With pace, let's go. Hey, look! I'm not the only one that's wet. You got me all wet, even worse. Wet dog says goodbye. Peace, guys.